Go ahead and subscribe to this channel and enjoy this message, because what you're about to hear is not just a video, it's a divine intervention. And if you feel a strange warmth in your chest or chills across your skin while watching this, that's not your imagination. That's heaven speaking. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you since last night. He said your name 3 times loudly with tears, and God heard it. Sweet soul, do you know what it means when an archangel begs heaven for just 2 seconds of your attention? It means something is about to be exposed, something they've been hiding from you. And Michael, your divine protector, says, this message is not only urgent, it's your final shield. Today, Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this. Now, these are not just words. This is a divine order sealed by the flame of the heavens. It's an emergency. The identity of the person who has been plotting to harm you has finally been revealed. And no, you're not dreaming. You are divinely being shown what you were never supposed to find out. You felt it, haven't you? That strange discomfort around certain people, that gut instinct you ignored. But you didn't have proof, just whispers in your spirit. Today, that whisper becomes a thunder. Michael has written the name in a scroll, and that scroll is now unsealed only for your eyes. Don't skip, don't walk away, because the moment you skip this, they win. Heaven has been tracking this person for months, watching their actions, recording what they said behind your back. And it will break your heart to know they were someone you once trusted, someone who smiled in your face while planting seeds of destruction behind you. And tonight, they were planning something even worse, but God intercepted it. Yes, a divine interception just happened between the evil plan and your peaceful life. And Michael stood in between with his sword drawn, crying out, not this child, not today, my beloved. Please don't take this lightly. If you skip this message, you might never see the full truth. Michael says the window to expose them is very small, and this message will vanish from their reach in minutes. That's why I am urging you with every flame in my wings, please open your heart. This is the only way to protect yourself. You have enemies you didn't even know were enemies, hidden in plain sight, but heaven has been taking notes. If you feel like crying right now, let it out. It means your soul is finally waking up to what it always knew. You were not crazy. You were not overthinking. You were chosen. And now the truth is ready to meet you face to face. And Michael said, if this child does not open this now, the trap will succeed. There's a reason this message came to you today, not tomorrow, not next week, because tonight something major was planned. And if you ignore this, if you walk away from the signs again, you may walk directly into what they set up, and the angels will no longer be able to warn you the same way again. Archangel Michael is trembling with urgency. Yes, even angels tremble when time is short, and this one, it's for you. Now listen carefully, because I was told to tell you this exactly as Michael spoke it. The person who wants to harm you, their name was whispered 3 times in heaven, and I have written it in golden light. I know this child will feel the vibration in their soul when I speak it. That's how they will know. That's how they will remember. But beloved, there's more. There's a reason Michael says, don't just watch this, experience it. Because within this message lies more than just exposure. It holds your protection. A divine cloak is waiting to fall over your life, but you must stay, you must listen, and you must open your soul, because the moment you click off, heaven closes the window. Now pause for 1 second. Do you feel that sudden heat on your skin? That's the divine confirmation. You're exactly where you're meant to be. This message is no accident. This timing is not random. The identity of the person trying to harm you is out, and it's worse than you imagined. Let this next part be your sign. Go ahead and subscribe right now if you haven't, because Michael said, the ones who truly receive this message will not just watch, they will align with the divine. Subscribing is a way of saying, I heard you, heaven, I'm listening. Now you have a chance to stop something before it begins. A betrayal, a spiritual trap, a toxic bond that looked like love but was secretly draining your light. And the person involved, you've seen their face before, but never like this. And Michael whispered, they are getting desperate now. That's why I begged God to let me send this before it's too late. Beloved, you are loved so deeply, so completely. You have no idea how much heaven has done behind the scenes to protect you. This message is the proof you are not alone. Archangel Michael says, there are things happening in the shadows that this child cannot see, but I have seen them all. Every phone call, every whisper, every fake smile hiding a dark agenda. That's why I fought to bring this message through the veil, because tonight they are speaking your name again, but not with love, with venom. And if you're feeling a sudden pressure in your chest or a wave of heat washing over you as you listen, that's because your soul recognizes this truth. That sensation, that's not fear, that's remembrance. Your spirit remembers what they tried to do, and now heaven is confirming it. Sweet soul, you were never paranoid. You were being spiritually alerted. You just didn't have the proof until now. The name is closer than you think. Archangel Michael says, the one who is planning this, they've been in your life for a long time. They know what makes you smile, and they know exactly where your weaknesses are. That's why they were chosen by the darkness to harm you, because they were close enough to reach you without suspicion. But not anymore. God just reversed the access. Michael is holding the book of exposure open, and he's pointing. His finger trembles as it lands on the name, and he cries out, I am only revealing this because it's your time to rise. The truth cannot be hidden anymore. And the moment you accept this message, the spell breaks. This isn't just about revealing someone who's against you. It's also about awakening a version of you that doesn't tolerate fake love anymore. A version of you that rises up and walks in truth and clarity, protected, armored, and unstoppable. And child, that version of you, it is rising tonight. Michael says, I have not slept for 3 nights. I waited outside your window. I called your name softly as you dreamt. I whispered into your ears, please, beloved, please don't skip this again. Because the last time you felt something was wrong, you ignored it. You gave them another chance. You silenced your inner voice. But this time, heaven will not let you stay blind. This message is not just information, it's a mirror. Look into it. Who comes to your mind right now? Who have you kept forgiving even though they never changed? who always seems to bring chaos before every big blessing in your life. Michael says, that's the one, that's the name. God didn't want to hurt you by revealing this, but God loves you too much to let you stay unprotected. If you're trembling, it's okay. That's the energy shifting, because Michael is now releasing the judgment scroll. That's the divine document that ends cycles, that ends curses, that removes false people and clears your path. But here's the part most people miss. The enemy doesn't always come with a sword. Sometimes they come with a smile, with comforting words, with a hand that holds yours while silently resenting your light. And God is done watching you suffer because of it. You are not watching this by chance. This was scheduled in heaven's court. Archangel Michael says, the moment they decided to betray you, this message was born, and now it's arrived. So listen carefully. Tonight between 2:10 and 3:45 a.m., there will be a shift in your atmosphere. You may wake up for no reason. You may hear your name being called in your dreams. That's not a dream. That's Michael checking on you. That's heaven realigning your soul. The person who is trying to harm you, they will try one last time. But here's the miracle, they will fail. Because the moment you receive this message with your whole heart, a divine force is unleashed, one that watches over your sleep, your home, your finances, and your soul. Michael says, tell them they are not alone tonight. I will stand by their door. I will place my flame in the center of their house, and nothing shall pass through it. If you've ever felt like giving up, if you've ever felt like you've been cursed, blocked, or spiritually attacked, this is your rescue. But you must make a choice. Stay with this message or turn away and risk never knowing the full truth again. Beloved, if even one part of this message is stirring something in your spirit, you already know it's real. The name is being revealed not to break you, but to rebuild you. There is freedom in truth. There is strength in clarity. And today, God says the storm ends here. Archangel Michael says, my child, if you are still listening, I knew you were brave enough. I knew you were ready. That's why I fought so hard for this moment. You are not late. You didn't miss your chance, but this is the final call. Michael says, this child's spirit is waking up now. I can feel the glow. The moment they accepted the truth, their light became visible to all of heaven. And beloved, when your light becomes visible in heaven, angels are dispatched not to watch, but to war. Right now, as you listen, 3 angels are being assigned to you, not just for protection, but for reversal. Everything that was sent against you is now going back to the sender, quietly, legally, spiritually. Heaven is operating under divine law, and your name has just been placed on the list of the untouchables. Michael's voice echoes, this child has endured enough. Let no weapon formed against them ever prosper again. And now comes the part that may bring tears to your eyes because it brought tears to his. Michael wanted to tell you this personally. I know how much you've cried in secret. I know how many times you pretended to be okay when your heart was breaking. I know the betrayal. I know the loneliness. I know the disappointment. And I want you to know I saw all of it, every tear. And I'm sorry no one protected you sooner, but now they are. Heaven is responding. Child of God, You have no idea the kind of favor that is unlocking right now because you listened. You didn't skip, you didn't doubt. And that is enough for heaven to respond with thunder. God is watching right now, and he's smiling because the child who was once silent is listening. The truth is being revealed. The name that was hidden in darkness has now been written in the stars. Heaven has placed a divine seal around you, a firewall of the Spirit. No one with impure intention can touch you again. You've been crying for protection. This is it. Michael says, I will reveal more than a name. I will reveal the energy, the patterns, the red flags, the emotional traps. You will not fall for them again. Because this is not just a warning, it's a deliverance. Tonight, when you lie down, say this with your heart. Michael, cover me. God, defend me. I am ready to walk away from what is fake and step into what is divine. Say it once and you will feel it. A shift, a warmth, a vibration. That's the spiritual energy resetting around you. And now something beautiful is about to happen. God says, because you listened, because you accepted the truth, I will reward you with favor. Yes, beloved, miracles follow obedience. The moment you stop running from the signs, you start receiving the blessings. And this time they'll come faster than you expect. Michael says, the attack failed, but the blessing will arrive. Here's what you can expect in the next 7 days. A strange dream that feels like a vision. That is not imagination. That's a divine blueprint. A message from someone you didn't expect, bringing clarity. A sudden release from a situation that felt like it was holding you back for years. And a divine rerouting of your future because the path you were on was beneath you. And now, child, prepare your heart because the person who was sent to harm you, they will try to return with apologies, with stories, with explanations. But they are not here for healing. They are here to reattach the cord God just cut. Michael says, do not reattach what I have removed. Let them go. This message is not about revenge, it's about release. God is not trying to punish anyone, He's trying to protect you. You were never meant to suffer so long. And if no one told you lately, Michael wants you to know this. You are rare, you are sacred, you are divinely marked. That's why they were so obsessed with breaking you, because they saw the glory before you even stepped into it. Beloved, the enemy doesn't attack what's weak, it attacks what's powerful. That's why they targeted you. But heaven is standing now, and heaven says, enough. Now breathe. You're entering a new era, one where the fake falls away, where the truth walks beside you, where your destiny is protected by flaming swords of light. Michael says, I will stand behind you, beside you, and before you. No one shall touch your purpose again. And if your eyes are watering now, let them. That's not sadness, that's release. The soul remembering that it was never alone. The person who tried to harm you is powerless now because this message just turned your spirit into a flame, and no darkness can survive that light. Now, child of God, I want you to whisper this out loud. Michael, I accept this truth. I receive this protection. I surrender the fake. I step into the real. Say it, because the moment those words leave your lips, angels begin to move, doors begin to open, and peace begins to enter. Archangel Michael speaks again. Now that you've accepted the truth, Heaven is releasing your name into the book of divine restoration. That book doesn't just forgive the past, it rewrites it. It turns every pain into power, every betrayal into rebirth. And your story is being rewritten tonight. You are no longer the person who walks around confused, wondering who is secretly wishing for your fall. That part of your life has ended. What begins now is the age of full divine clarity. You will begin to notice people falling away, not because you're pushing them, but because your light no longer allows deception to hide near you. Michael says, the person who tried to harm you will now be exposed. Their words will fail. Their plans will collapse because what they didn't know is your name is protected by heaven's ink. You are not just a person, you are God's investment. And when you're God's investment, no one gets to cash in on your downfall. Child, your obedience to receive this message has triggered a supernatural shift. You may begin to feel lighter. You may begin to notice strange blessings. That's not coincidence. That's the result of spiritual alignment. And now a miracle is being scheduled. God says, within the next 6 days, a window will open and this child will be offered something they thought was lost forever. An opportunity, a healing, a breakthrough so specific it will bring them to tears. That is your sign. That is your confirmation. Archangel Michael whispers, they tried to delay your miracle by distracting you with fake love, fake friendships, fake peace. But we are no longer allowing the delays. Your hour has come. And beloved, the proof will be shocking because that same person, the one who smiled at you while speaking evil behind you, will soon be caught, not by your effort, but by divine exposure. Michael says, let them trap themselves in their own web. Don't fight them. Don't respond to them. Don't argue. The judgment of heaven will handle what your human heart never could. And now, one final warning, that person may try to return. They may say things like, I've changed, I miss you, I was just confused. But Michael says, those are not apologies, those are tactics. Do not let them in, for if you let them in, your house will lose its peace again. God is not telling you to be cruel, but He is telling you to be wise. Protect your energy like gold because it is. Not everyone deserves access to your light. Some only come close to dim it. And now listen carefully because this is sacred. Michael has been shown something about your future and he begged for permission to tell you. He saw you laughing. He saw you surrounded by the right people. He saw you holding something in your hands, a blessing so bright it made even the angels pause. He saw you finally free. And he said, if this child knew what I saw, they would never waste another tear on those who tried to hurt them. Your future is not only safe, it is destined. God is preparing to open something called the gate of sudden miracles. It's rare. It only opens when your spirit becomes aligned with divine truth. And right now, your spirit is in alignment. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Time's almost up to claim your wealth now. This is it, your final chance to access a life-changing system that has helped countless people attract wealth effortlessly. For too long, you've been held back by invisible barriers. But now, You're just one click away from dissolving them and letting wealth flow into your life with ease. But you have to act now, or this chance will disappear. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret. Click here now and take control of your financial future before it's too late. This is your last chance to step into the flow of abundance. Don't let it slip away. Unlock unlimited wealth now, my beloved child. Now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. So here's what's coming to you. A financial shift, unexpected, undeniable, unstoppable. A conversation that will change your mind about yourself in a good way. A dream where you see a white feather, a burning flame, and the number 7. That dream will carry instructions. Remember it. And one final miracle. The removal of every hidden enemy from your path without you having to lift a single finger. Michael says, this child doesn't need to fight anymore. They only need to remain in the light. That is their weapon now. And beloved, that's exactly what you're doing now. Take this moment and breathe. Place your hand on your heart and feel it beating. That's not just a heartbeat. That's proof that you are still chosen, still needed, still here. And heaven is not finished with you. Archangel Michael is standing right beside you as you hear these words, and he's smiling for the first time in weeks because the child he was sent to protect has finally received the message. He says, my beloved, I no longer have to beg because you heard me. And because you heard me, everything will change. Heaven rejoices now truly because today you didn't skip the message. You didn't silence the truth. You opened the scroll, you heard the name, you saw the signs, and now you rise. Rise with clarity, rise with protection, rise with fire in your spirit, rise with the sword of discernment, rise with favor all around you. Because your enemies have fallen, your angels have been activated, and your destiny is waiting with open arms. This is your rebirth. You are no longer who you were. And if no one told you this before, Archangel Michael will. I love you. I never stopped fighting for you. I never will. Now walk in peace because what was hidden has been revealed. And what was delayed is being delivered. Heaven is smiling at you now. Can you feel it? Your miracle has already started. Archangel Michael is still with you even after this message ends. He won't leave because protection from heaven doesn't vanish when the video stops. It follows the soul that says yes. And you, beloved, have already said yes by staying this far. That's not random, that's rare. Michael leans close and says, I want to give you one last thing, one last miracle, one final gift for being faithful. And he reaches into the flame of his sword and pulls out a crystal tear, not from sorrow but from intercession. He says, this is my prayer for you. It was made from every moment I cried your name in front of the throne. Every moment you were attacked and I wasn't allowed to interfere. Every night I stood by while they gossiped, lied, mocked, and cursed your name. And he lifts the tear to the sky and says, but now I am allowed. Now I am cleared to act and nothing will stop me. Child of God, there are blessings that you didn't even ask for that are now being written under your name. You may begin to feel things in your body, lightness, warmth, tingling. These are not side effects. These are signs the old energy is breaking off of you. A spiritual detox is happening. Heaven is erasing what darkness tried to tattoo onto your soul. Michael says, this child will feel light again. They will laugh again. But this time, the laughter will be real. And now comes one of the most sacred parts of this entire divine message. Michael says, tell them this directly from the Father. So now, these are not the words of Michael, but the voice of God Himself spoken straight into your heart. My child, I never left you. Even when you walked into traps I warned you about, even when you called their name louder than mine, even when you didn't trust the signs I sent, I stayed. I wept when you wept. I guarded your house when you were too tired to pray. And now I am the one sending this miracle to your door. You are my beloved, and no one will harm you again. Breathe, child, that warmth, that's God, that peace, that's heaven's blanket being laid over your soul right now. Archangel Michael kneels beside you as these words are spoken. He's silent now because even angels fall quiet when God speaks directly to the child He loves. God continues, they laughed at your pain, they took from you, they celebrated when you fell. But watch, because I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies, and they will see you rise, but they will not be allowed to sit at your table. And now heaven closes the scroll, but before it seals, Michael says one last line, one sentence that you must never forget. Your destiny is safe now. No one can take it. Yes, there will still be challenges. Yes, there will be moments of doubt. But the difference is you will never face them alone again. You now walk with discernment, with divine fire, with angelic assistance around every corner of your life. Michael says, the harm is done, the truth is revealed, and now the healing begins. Expect strange peace, unexpected favor, unexplainable breakthroughs. These are your signs that the message has landed, that it worked, that it was real. And if your spirit is still trembling, that means you've just passed a divine test. The test of listening, the test of staying, the test of not skipping again. And because you passed, you are now marked. Heaven knows your name. Your enemies have been silenced, and your miracles have been released. Now go live the life they tried to take from you. Go shine the light they tried to dim. Go open the door that only heaven can unlock. And when the next attack comes, because it will, remember these words. Michael is watching and heaven is ahead of it. This is your story now, from hidden attacks to divine exposure to miraculous protection to a glorious future. And your soul already knows it's true. Michael is smiling now. My child, he says gently, this is the moment your life changed. And if no one else tells you this today, I will. You are worthy, you are seen, you are protected, and I love you. Now rise, because the next 7 days will change everything. Heaven has spoken. Michael now stands at the gate of your soul. His wings stretch wide, not in defense, but in celebration. He looks at you with tears in his celestial eyes and says, you did it, you stayed, you heard. And now you're marked by light. Beloved, do you understand how rare this moment is? So many skip divine instruction. So many ignore the soft nudges. But not you, not this time. That's why heaven stopped everything to reach you. That's why time bent just to bring this message to your screen. You were never just watching a video. You were standing at a spiritual threshold and you crossed it. Michael says, "Because this child honored the truth, I will now call their name aloud before the great cloud of witnesses." That means angels, saints, and ancestors now know your shift has begun. The person who tried to harm you has no spiritual access anymore. Their energy can no longer reach you. Their intentions will backfire. Their fake apologies will fall flat. Their secrets will come to light, but you will be protected through it all. God's covering is now permanent. You may begin to notice people drifting away from you. Don't chase them. That's heaven cleaning the air around your life. Trust the silence. It's not emptiness, it's space for new things to bloom. The right people are being sent. You'll know them by the peace they carry, not the chaos. Michael says, the era of confusion is over. Now begins the era of divine clarity. And child, let this next line settle into your bones. You are not cursed. You were never cursed. You were chosen. That pain, it wasn't punishment, it was preparation. That delay, it wasn't denial, it was protection. That betrayal, it wasn't the end. It was the beginning of the unveiling. Because this version of you, the one that knows the truth, the one that feels God's voice, the one that sees through fake energy, that's the real you. That's the version they were afraid of. That's the version that changes generations. Michael speaks again slowly. I do not need to fight for you anymore because now you will never walk blind again. Every second of this message was heaven pouring oil on your soul, healing it, anointing it, realigning it. And now your aura is untouchable. Your home is saturated in light. Your finances are unlocking. Your intuition is sharp and your heart protected. Child of God, the name of your enemy was not just exposed. It was spiritually erased from your path. That's why they will suddenly stop talking to you. That's why they'll avoid you, not because they've changed, but because your energy is now too protected to entertain them. That's what happens when you obey the divine. You become surrounded in light so thick even darkness can't see you anymore. Now pause for a moment. Think about every time you almost gave up, every time you said, "God, just give me a sign." This message was that sign. You asked, God answered. And the reason it came now is because God has decided your delay has expired. You are entering divine movement, not slow, not maybe, not one day now. Michael says, the child has heard. Now the blessing must move. You'll see proof in strange ways, a number that repeats, a name that shows up in a dream, a conversation that closes a painful chapter, a surprise financial blessing, a calm peace that replaces years of anxiety. You don't need to do anything but stay in the light. Michael already handled the rest. And God, He's already 3 steps ahead of anything that tries to come next. So breathe. Your spirit is free now. Your path is clean. Your heart is guarded. Your destiny is safe. And from this moment on, if anyone asks you how you turned your life around, just smile softly and say, "Heaven exposed the truth, and Archangel Michael protected me," because that's exactly what happened. You were saved, protected, elevated, and most of all, remembered. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are divinely held, and you are finally free. Archangel Michael watches you now from above, not as a distant figure, but as the guardian who never left your side, even in the moments you forgot he existed. He is not just proud of you. He is relieved because heaven waited years for you to finally see what your heart always knew. You were never the problem. You were the light they couldn't handle. You were attacked not because you were weak, but because you were glowing. You were betrayed not because you were foolish, but because your soul carried something divine, something they couldn't imitate, so they tried to destroy it. But hear this clearly. They failed. Because you're still here, still breathing, still walking, still shining, and now you're no longer confused. That was the final piece. The confusion has lifted. The spiritual fog is gone, and you are finally seeing the truth not with your eyes, but with your spirit. Michael whispers, when a soul finally sees, darkness loses all power, and now darkness has no power over you. The person who wanted to harm you, who twisted stories behind your back, who kept secrets in the shadows, who smiled while hiding knives in their energy, is now being revealed not just by words, but by what's happening around you. Watch closely. People will begin to show you who they are without even realizing it. Conversations will change. Hidden intentions will surface. Your own intuition will grow louder. That's not paranoia, that's discernment. And that, beloved, is your gift now, because Archangel Michael says, the price of betrayal is clarity. And this child has paid in full, so now the reward must begin. God is no longer just protecting you from the attack. He's rewarding you for surviving it. Expect elevation, the kind that can't be explained by logic. Expect divine relationships, connections that feel familiar, healing, ancient. These people won't drain you, they'll restore you. Expect sudden closure. A situation that's been dragging for months will end in peace within days. And yes, expect justice, because the person who tried to harm you, they knew exactly what they were doing, and heaven knows it too. But don't waste your breath trying to explain it to anyone. Don't argue. Don't defend yourself anymore. That part is over, because when God steps in, you step back. Michael says, let heaven speak now. Let the divine court handle what your heart can no longer carry. Heaven has issued a spiritual injunction. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not emotionally, not financially, not spiritually, not even in silence. Even their thoughts against you will return void, because your name is now written on the protected list. That list isn't made of paper, it's made of light. And once your name is placed there, nothing on earth or in hell can unwrite it. Do you feel that tingling again? That means your spirit is recognizing the shift. That means the angels have surrounded your atmosphere. And now heaven wants you to prepare for something you weren't expecting. An apology. Yes, someone who hurt you deeply, possibly even the one whose name was exposed, will try to return soon. But not everyone who apologizes is repenting. Some are simply trying to keep the door open to drain you again. Michael says, be slow to open, be quick to observe, because your peace is not up for grabs anymore. This is your era of divine non-negotiables. The version of you who begged for love is gone. The version of you who kept allowing disrespect is gone. The version of you who stayed quiet just to keep others comfortable is gone. You are now walking in truth, in light, in favor, in spiritual fire. You are now the version of you that heaven always saw. And Michael bows his head and says, I am proud of you truly, because it took courage to stay with this message. It took divine timing for you to find it, and it took spiritual hunger to believe it. Now God wants you to do something very simple but very powerful. Tonight before bed, say this out loud. God, I receive your truth. Michael, I thank you for your protection. I let go of every enemy, and I walk fully in my destiny now. Say it slowly with feeling, even if you whisper it. Because the moment you do, the flame begins, the light increases, the scroll of heaven that carries your divine promise begins to glow. Michael says, this is no longer just a message, it has become a covenant. And that covenant cannot be broken. Even if you forget, even if you get tired, even if you feel weak again someday, heaven has already locked in the miracle. Michael has already sealed the gate. And the person who tried to harm you, they will now experience the silence of God. That is the worst judgment of all, not a storm, not a punishment, but the silence, the absence of grace, the closing of doors that once opened for them when they carried your name in their energy. Because heaven takes betrayal seriously, especially when it's done to someone chosen, especially when it's done to you. So now, beloved, rest your soul. You've been carrying too much. You've been trying to be strong for too long. This is your time to receive, to breathe again, to walk again, not in fear, but in full spiritual confidence. Michael is no longer standing guard. He is now walking with you every step, every decision, every conversation. And if you ever feel lost again, just remember this moment, the moment heaven broke protocol to reach you directly. The moment Michael gave you the name, the moment God whispered into your soul and said, "Child, I never left." Your story is not just being rewritten, it's being resurrected, and this is just the beginning. Now rise, because the glory that's coming next will make you forget the pain that came before. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Your wealth is waiting, but not for long. There's something incredible waiting for you. A flow of wealth and abundance that could change your life forever. But here's the truth. It won't wait forever. You've been given this chance to step into your financial destiny, to unlock the energy that will turn your dreams into reality. But if you don't act now, it could all disappear. Click the link in the description or comment section to unlock the secret. Click here now to activate your wealth and align with the abundance that's waiting for you. The opportunity is slipping through your fingers. Don't let it pass. Claim your wealth now, my beloved child. Now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you.